What's up, guys? Welcome back. So this video is going to be doing predictions for games going on tomorrow, Saturday, February 16th. Got a lot of good games going on tomorrow, including a couple top 25 matchups that I will be diving into later in this video. But before I get into that, I want to do a little bit of a recap of some games that happened last night. First, we had Illinois go on the road and beat Ohio State. Illinois increased their winning streak to 4. We saw Ohio State's winning streak be snapped at 3. Illinois, it's good to see them have a little streak here as they had a tough start to Big Ten play. Ohio State, on the other hand, I was looking around and saw some bracketologists say that if the season ended today, Ohio State would be in, but they got a tough stretch ahead. They got to go to number 11 Michigan State their next game, then they host Northwestern, and they go on the road to number 24 Maryland, and then they host number 21 Iowa, and then finish off that stretch with a road game at number 12 Purdue. So they could be in some trouble. They got to win a couple of those games, in my opinion, if they want to stay in the tournament. So it'll be interesting to see if they can hold up there. Also saw number 9 Houston get a win at UConn to stay atop the American Athletic Conference. We also saw Gonzaga stay undefeated in West Coast Conference play, beating Loyola Marymount on the road. It was a close game for a while there, but ultimately the Zags came out on top. But enough about last night. I'm going to go ahead and get into my predictions for the games going on tomorrow. Starting off with NC State at number 2 Duke. Duke's won 8 in a row now, playing really well as of late, including that 23-point comeback with under 10 minutes to go at Louisville the other night. NC State, however, has been coming alive as of late too. Won 2 in a row. Had a rough patch before that without Markel Johnson, their point guard, for a while, but he is back. Seemed to be playing better with him in the lineup. 2 good offenses going at it. Both score over 82 points per game or right around there. So it's going to be a fun one to watch. Duke's got to get off to a good start. If they can get off to a good start, I think they're going to win that one handily over NC State. Next game we got, I think if this was any other day, this would be my game of the night. Number 24 Maryland at Michigan, ranked number 6. It'd be my game of the night just because of how close they are in the standings. I do like Michigan in this game, though. They're going to have to do a good job down low with Bruno Fernando and Jalen Smith, 2 big guys for Maryland. I think Michigan can win the guard matchup. I think Xavier Simpson's going to do a great job guarding Maryland's leading scorer, Anthony Cohen. So I do like Michigan to win this one. They play well at home. I expect them to beat number 24 Maryland and gain a little separation from them in the Big Ten. Next game, number 8 North Carolina at Wake Forest. Not an easy game here for North Carolina. They have been playing down at some of these teams' levels as of late. Most recently against Miami, won only by 3 in overtime at home. Go on the road to take on Wake Forest. They got to keep Brandon Childress under control. The leading scorer for Wake Forest, he can go off, a great shooter from 3, not necessarily from 2-point range. But I do expect North Carolina to win this game. They do a great job moving the ball. I think they will move that Wake Forest defense around, and they do a great job scoring the ball. So I like North Carolina in this one. Next game we got Clemson at number 16 Louisville. Like I talked about earlier, Louisville coming off that loss at home against Duke. I've lost 3 of the last 4. Granted, it was a tough stretch. Got a good win at Virginia Tech. Lost a close one at Florida State. Clemson coming off a loss on the road to Miami. Miami hit a game winner. I like Louisville in this one, however. I think we saw some great things from them. They absolutely dominated, arguably the best team in the country the other night. Just blew the lead at the end. Some crazy things happened. Louisville can absolutely dominate teams. I like them to beat Clemson at home and get a big-time bounce-back win. Next game we got Oklahoma at TCU. 2 teams that have not played as well as they would have liked in the Big 12. I do like TCU in this game. TCU, without Jalen Fisher, have been doing okay. They've had quite a tough schedule as of late. At Texas Tech, at Baylor, at Iowa State, in which they won, against Kansas. I like TCU to win this one at home against Oklahoma. Oklahoma has not been impressive in the Big 12 I do like TCU and Desmond Bain and company to win that one against Oklahoma. Next game we got Auburn versus Vanderbilt. Just going to quickly run through this one. Auburn, this is a game they need to win. They have been a letdown all year. They've been without Austin Wiley, their big-time defender down low. No excuse, though, to lose games at home. They need this one badly to get off that bubble. I expect them to win at Vanderbilt, a very weak team in Vanderbilt, so I expect Auburn to win that one. Next game we got Notre Dame at number 4 Virginia. Saw these two teams match up a couple weeks ago with Virginia absolutely routing them in South Bend. I expect the same thing. Notre Dame just cannot match up guard-wise with Virginia. Not many teams can, but Notre Dame especially can't. Virginia does not have to worry about a big guy down low. So I think Virginia is going to do a good job moving the ball. Their defense is going to be suffocating for some of those freshman guards and those freshman players. So I do like Virginia in this one at home against the struggling Irish this year. Next game we got a really good matchup here. Baylor at Texas Tech. I think it's going to be a really close game. Texas Tech, obviously one of the best defenses in the country. Baylor has a good defense as well, though. I think Texas Tech is going to win this one. They've been playing better as of late, granted against some of the weaker teams, but they've been scoring the ball better. They struggle when they do not score the ball. Obviously, their defense can hang with any team in the country. I saw them limit Duke earlier on in the year, but we need their offense to come to play. I think it will. Baylor had a little bit of a rough stretch, but I think they lose 3 of the last 4 after this one against Texas Tech. So I like Texas Tech in this game. Next one we got Florida State versus Georgia Tech. A good one. A good test for Florida State. Florida State has come alive as of late. A really good team. Had a tough stretch there. Have won 6 in a row now after losing 3 in a row. Going up against a Georgia Tech team that has not played well at all. So 2 polar opposites right now. Georgia Tech lost 6 in a row. I think Florida State's defense, I talk about it a lot, too athletic. I think it's going to suffocate Georgia Tech. So I do like Florida State to win that one against Georgia Tech. Next game we got Indiana against Minnesota. A good one here. Minnesota been kind of a letdown so far, but Indiana's been even more of a letdown. Kind of disappointing to see. Indiana's lost 2 in a row now following that win at Michigan State. Minnesota's lost 4 in a row now. Very disappointing for them as well. I think we'll see Minnesota bounce back. Jordan Murphy going up against Juwan Morgan of Indiana. Going to be a great matchup there. We also got Amir Coffey of Minnesota. It's going to be a fun one to watch. I do like Minnesota in that one, however, to get the win against Indiana. So the next game we got Penn State at Purdue. Purdue has really proven themselves as of late, ranked 12th in the country now. Just coming off a loss at Maryland, a game in which they led early. Ended up getting beat down low like I thought would happen. I expect them to beat Penn State, though. Purdue's so tough to beat at home. Penn State just doesn't have what it takes. Penn State got 2 wins in the Big Ten now, but I do like Purdue. Carson Edwards and Ryan Klein shoot the ball really well when they are at home. So I expect those guys to come out play big. So I like Purdue in that one. Next game we got West Virginia, at Kansas. Kansas ranked 14th without LaGerald Vick for the time being. Azubuike is out for the year. Their leading scorer when he was playing a center, a big-time player for them. But I think Kansas is gonna have enough to beat West Virginia, possibly one of the worst West Virginia seasons that they've had in a long time. I do like Kansas. Dedrick Lawson's going to be too much. And I also like the way Devon Dotson leads the floor, especially at home. He has trouble when he turns the ball over, but that's mostly on the road. So I do like Kansas to beat West Virginia, a game that Kansas needs to get closer to Kansas State at the top of the Big 12 there. So the next game we got Iowa State at Kansas State. This is going to be one of my game of the nights just because it's the Big 12. Obviously, I got a main game of the night coming on later, but this is a big one for the Big 12. Kansas State has the lead in the Big 12. This is going to be fun to see. I'm not sure why Iowa State is predicted to win this game. Kansas State is at home. Barry Brown Jr., Dean Wade, Stokes as well. I guess I have to make this my upset pick. I like Kansas State to beat Iowa State. I think Dean Wade and Jacobson are going to have a good battle all night at the forward position. But I do like Kansas State at home. I think their defense is going to be too much for some of those younger guys on Iowa State. So I do like Kansas State to win this one against Iowa State. Next game we got Iowa going on the road against Rutgers. Iowa's ranked 21st in the country now. Rutgers, though, is no team to mess with. We've seen good spurts from them. Iowa's a good offensive team, but like I was saying, Rutgers, they're a tough place to play at home. They beat Indiana at home, Nebraska, gave Maryland a good run, beat Ohio State at home, hung in there with Michigan. So Iowa's going to have to bring their A game. I like their offense. I like the way they've been playing recently. Got a big win over Northwestern at the buzzer the other night. I think they're going to roll that confidence into Rutgers over in New Jersey. So I do like Iowa to win that one. Look for Tyler Cook to have a big game, and look for Jordan Bohannon to continue shooting the ball extremely well. He's been extremely impressive so far. And the game of the night, number 1 Tennessee at number 5 Kentucky. A game that everyone's been waiting for in the SEC. We saw a great game in LSU Kentucky the other night. LSU managed to get the win over Kentucky at the buzzer. An unreviewable play. When it comes in terms to goaltending, that's a different topic though. This is going to be a great game. Kentucky is going to have to play well down low. They got the pieces to beat Tennessee, which is why I'm actually going to pick Kentucky in this game. Another upset pick, even though ESPN has Kentucky at a 59% chance to win. So I do like Kentucky. They just had a tough game against LSU in which their bigs were tested. I think they're going to come out and play well against Tennessee at home. Going to have a lot of things on their mind. They need to get this one back to gain some ground on Tennessee. So I do like Kentucky in that one. One of the only teams in the country that can match up with Tennessee down low. Next game we got number 3 Gonzaga at San Diego. Saw Gonzaga struggle a little bit on the road at Loyola Marymount. Only won by 13. It's funny to say that they struggled a little bit if they only won by 13. Going against San Diego. San Diego, as of late, lost 3 of the last 4. I like Gonzaga in this one. Their offense is too much. Their defense is playing really well recently too. So I do like Gonzaga and company to win that one on the road at San Diego and stay undefeated in the West Coast Conference. Final game of the night, number 7 Nevada goes on the road to Wyoming. A good one here because we've seen Nevada, obviously their one loss this year came on the road to New Mexico, so they have shown a little bit of weakness on the road. I expect them to get it done against Wyoming. Wyoming's not a very good team at all, 6-18 on the season. They don't score the ball particularly well at all. Their defense struggles. They don't rebound well at all, so I expect Nevada, Jordan Caroline, Martin Brothers to get the win there. All right, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Like this video, comment down below what games you're looking forward to watching, what predictions you agree or disagree with. Also, subscribe if you have not already. I would really appreciate it. This channel continues to grow, and it's all because of you guys. I appreciate the support. Also, go follow my Instagram and Twitter. Both are Hilly Hoops is the handle for those. Just like this, it's just no space in between. I would appreciate if you guys would go follow both of those. And thanks for watching again. Have a good day watching college basketball tomorrow. And like I said, comment down below any games you're looking forward to or anything like that. So thanks again for watching.